2013 Malibu. We're gonna do an oil change on. First thing you want to do is open it up. Okay, open the hood right here. Gently. You don't want to break this. Open your hood here. This little lever here, you go to the right. Normally they're right here. You either pull up or to the left, but say lever here, go to the right and pull up. Now if you want to tell what kind of engine you have, you just go right here on this sticker here, and you can read right here that I have U2.5 4-cylinder engine 2013, and here we have the 2.5. It looks pretty clean. I cleaned it about, I usually keep it fairly clean, but cleaned it about a little over a year ago. But anyway, take off your oil cap here and set it right here, like right on top of your, right there, so that way you don't forget to put your oil in, because you know you'll be all done and all that, and you go to close your hood, and as long as that's there, you won't let you close the hood, so you'll remember that you didn't put any oil. Okay, we're gonna jack up the car next. Quick rundown of a few things you're gonna need. You're gonna need 5 quarts of 5W20, whichever you prefer. You're gonna need a 15mm socket and ratchet, or a 15mm wrench. Funnels. Big mouth funnels make the job easier. Small mouth funnel to pour your oil in. Depends whichever you want to go with. I use this one to put oil in the engine, and I use this one to put my waste oil into a container. And your PF48E filter. AC Delco. If you want a mobile filter, it's a mobile filter, Canon filter, whatever, what have you. I normally like to use mobile filters, but for the sake of the video I went with the AC Delco PF48E, which normally is a PF64, but not many places have that available. There's a slight difference between the two. The PF64 has a anti-drain back valve, I believe, built into it, so that the oil stays in the filter and doesn't go back into the engine. But however, this filter on this car sits upside down this way, so there's really no way for oil to go back into the engine or anything like that. Like, it's upside down, it's filled with oil all the time once it's on the car, so there's that. You're gonna need a drain pan, a jack stand, and a jack. I use that block of wood there because I live in the Northeast, and I don't want to crush up the bottom of the car because it's gonna start to rust. It's gonna begin to rust, so it's just my way of protecting it from that happening. Here we are under the car. We're on the passenger side. I normally position the jack right about here. There's just, it's kind of hard. There's this little channel that runs here, a pinch weld. Now, here's the position to where you put your jack. It's got a little dip in it, where you put your jack to, your scissor jack, or yeah, your scissor jack that a car comes with to jack it up for doing flat tire change or whatever. Normally, I also put the jack right here, where the metal's doubled up. Not here, but here, where the metal's actually tripled up. And then I put a jack stand out here just to keep it from falling. And actually, you get the car up higher this way, so I can position the jack right there. So here we are, the car is jacked up already, and you didn't notice I have some tape on the jack there. It's I'll do that from time to time. You know, I'm not here to advertise brands unless I actually really believe in them. I don't want you going out and buying something that I, as a professional mechanic, wouldn't recommend, because I don't want anything to fail, and then, not that I'll get blamed for it, but I just don't want to lead you in the wrong direction. You know? So go ahead and do that. Before you get into the car, bring your filter with you. And another thing that I didn't mention before, how good it is to have a pair of these. Bring your wrench, your filter, and get yourself a pair of oil filter pliers. Now, you got your drain pan under here already. Now, what you want to do is you want to go after your filter first, because I can't explain how many times when I was starting out, how many times I went to drain the oil first, only to have oily hands and not be able to get the filter off or put the new filter on, and then have to get back up and get down from getting the filter because I forgot it. So just bring it with you. Go around under the car the first time. Do it all in one shot. I dated my filter last time I did this. Oil filter pliers. Basically, you just grab it. You're gonna twist with your hand. Basically, you're gonna unscrew it. You're gonna twist with your hand. Well, in this case, my hand is on the passenger side of the vehicle. I'm upside down, so I'm gonna push back towards the engine. See how easy that is with the pliers. And you're gonna do that till, you know, until it's easy to turn, but not until oil starts leaking out. I'll show you a trick of how to get it down without getting shit all over the place. Well, I might get it all over the place only because here I don't have the ability to lift this up like I would at work if I was on the lift. But here we go. Basically, okay, now we're facing the car. Basically, you come down. Shit. Come down here. Okay, this is in position to where if you get any splashes, it's like centered pretty much. So if you get any splashes, it won't get all over the place. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna grab the filter and just pull, and it drops. Okay, so maybe that wasn't such a great idea on the ground. Basically, you want to only do that if you can either A, put your pan up higher, lift it up, or basically if you're on a lift or anything, because I got oil everywhere. Normally it doesn't happen on a lift, but there you go. I mean, it works good on the lift. I shouldn't have tried it this way on the ground, but here we go. Oh, it also works if you have a piece of car. Yeah, making videos on the ground is pretty hard. I'm not the smallest guy in the world, but basically, I got oil everywhere. I made a little bit of a mess. Now, people will tell you, you know, kiss filters or whatever. Tap the filter, put a little bit of new oil on here. A little bit, you know, you got tons of used oil inside the engine still. Not everything drains out, so you see, as you see up on the ring there, there's still oil there. So I mean, you can do that if you want. I just twist it back on the oil that's already still there. It's not gonna stick, trust me. If you're using oil filter pliers anyway, you shouldn't worry about it. And it's not gonna leak. You know, as long as you got a new seal and you made sure that your old filter, the old seal came off. So if once you remove your filter, if you just look at it, make sure the seal's there, then that's fine. Or you could just look up there and make sure that you didn't leave a ring behind. Twist the oil filter back on. Give me one. I'm gonna turn and turn and turn it a little bit. I'm not forcing it on there. I'm not, you know, getting into all weird kinds of positions. As you can see, 3/4 of a turn once it's tight. 3/4 of a turn more. That's pretty tight. It's not gonna pop off or anything like that. Don't worry about it. If you over tighten it, it actually might leak because the seal, you'll start crushing that seal. So don't over tighten it. Just hand tight. 3/4 of a turn after it's already touched. So yeah, that was a good time to get in here with your rag and clean this up a bit. You know, I got a little bit on the exhaust, but if that happens, you know, you're gonna make mistakes on the ground. I didn't plan for this video. I just shot it on the fly. I've done literally probably thousands of oil changes, so this is actually rough for me. I mean, normally it goes a lot smoother than this, but whatever. You're gonna make mistakes, and if this happens to you, you get it on the exhaust. Don't worry, it'll burn right off. Once you start the car, you might not smell great, but you'll burn it off. This right here, it's a little bit of a rust prevention. All this oil level over here. Fucking. Anyway, we're gonna get to cracking that drain plug. Basically, what you want to do is you want to feel around. Here's the pan, the front of the pan, front of the car is this way. Feel around right here. Your oil drain plug is right here. Put your wrench on it. So if you're facing the back of the car, you're going to turn your wrench this way towards the passenger side once your wrench is facing down. So what I like to do is I like to use these longer wrenches and basically, oh, this is hard. Basically, you just take the end of your wrench here, you hold it up there with your hand, and you tap on the end of the handle. You don't force your thing off because you might crack something. So basically, you're just going to tap here with your hand. I'm just going to do that now. There we are, we're back. We're able to tap it. That's a sure way. Tapping it is a sure way to not bang your hand on anything once you break it loose because you were pulling on it the whole time. So we're going to go here. Now we're going to take our drain plug. I'm going to turn it. Use another. Okay, let's not make a mess here. Another way to do. Take the drain plug and turn it a few times. I got it on my hands already. There was it. I normally don't get any oil on my hands doing this. And you just turn it. You pull it with your finger. Turn it. Eventually, it'll just fall out. Like that right. So because of the drain plug drop, I had to go in there with a magnet. So get a good magnet if you're gonna do it this way. Normally I just let it drop, but I have like a screen on top of my drain bucket at work that catches the drain plug and the filter, and it don't get any splashback or anything like that. But I let the drain plug drop. You know, I dug it for it with a magnet. Now we're just gonna put it back on. And for the sake of holding the camera while the phone while putting the drain plug back, I went and got the wrench isn't as long as my ratchet is. You don't need to put this on super tight, you know. So you're gonna tighten it, pull it a little bit. And just turn. No, you're not forcing anything. Start. Quick tip regarding this drain pan. Why I like this style better, because the edges are folded in, as opposed to the other drain pan, regular drain pans. So when you go pull this out of underneath your car, if you happen to do that, the oil is not going to splash over the sides. Alright, so now you want to add your oil. Car's still on the jack stand right now. Mobile 1 520 is what I went with. The cap calls for Dexos, any oil with Dexos, basically certification or whatever you want to call it. I call it BS because Mobile 1 day didn't have the Dexos logo on it, and then the next day it did. And this was back when I was selling auto parts, and to be honest, all it was is them putting the logo on there. You know, basically Chevy putting up the money, GM putting up the money for the companies to put the little logo on it. That's what it all comes down to. But yeah, add the oil. It's easier if you hold it sideways like this. It also makes a difference if it's cold outside. If it's cold outside, your oil will pour out a little slower. Right now it's about 70 degrees out here, which is too damn hot for me. And I want to move to the desert. Can you believe that? 5 quarts. And then I'll show you how to reset your light next. I still had still checked last night. I went out for a long drive. I went out to the city. I'm in New York, by the way. I went out to the city to get some food for me and my wife. And checked the light. It said 15% oil life. But I figured, hey, it's Sunday. I'm off today. I don't have shit to do. So I'll make this video. And it's already like 7 o'clock at night. 8 o'clock almost. Whatever. I like doing things late. Now, before you get back in the car and start it up or anything like that, you want to let off your jack slowly. Use the jack stand, that would help. And let off your jack slowly. And of course, you want to put your cap back on. Now we're going to go in the car. I'm going to reset our light. Now is a good time also to check your coolant level and your brake fluid level. If your brake fluid is low, you need brakes. There's no other explanation. Either you have a leak or you need brakes. There's no pour. I mean, you can pour in there to top it off, but that's only basically putting a band-aid to your braking system, and you don't want to do that. And then you top off your washer fluid if you want, and then you come in here, start your car. Not start it. Well, you can start it if you want to, but I'll start it. So you're gonna go to menu. Yeah, I have a TPMS light. I already replaced the sensors. I replaced the tires actually. Maybe in my next video I'll do it. I'm waiting on the tool to reset it. So we go here, and you go toggle, twist this up, twist it. Oil life remaining, 14%. Now you press set, clear to reset, which is this button right here. Right here. Yes. Toggle up. Yes. Click yes. I'm going to go back to 100%. And you're done. Now time to clean up. But basically, once you're done, what you want to do is you want to take your waste oil, pour it into a container, and bring it to any big box auto parts store that can recycle it for you. So what I like to do is you put a funnel here, big mouth funnel, and turn it like this so that you have a little bit of an air gap, so that when you're pouring the oil in here, this doesn't pull up and overflow. Also, you want to make sure you have enough room in here. That's why I didn't use this for the oil change, because I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough room. Make sure you want to have enough room in here so that it doesn't overflow, because if it overflows, you're just going to make a mess. Now what I also like to do is take your filter, leave it in here for a little bit, and let it drain out. Alright, here we are back in the car. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I do hope it helped you guys out. I didn't plan on doing this video today. It was on the fly. You know, there's a lot of factors to take into consideration when it comes to recording these videos. You know, it was pretty hard. A lot of the angles I got were pretty, whatever, but we got through it. I hope this helps you guys, gives you the motivation to, or, whatever boost you may need or whatever certainty you may need to go ahead and do this yourself. I am going about this a different route now. Basically what I mean is I have basically like 1 or 2 videos up, 3 videos up maybe, and it's still called the Angry Mechanic. It's funny, but I want to clean this channel up a little bit. Stop with the cursing so much and the rants that I go on while I'm doing this. There's a lot of people that actually want to learn, a lot of ladies that want to learn, and I think it'll just be better for everybody to clean it up a bit. And not saying that I'm not going to slip up every now and then, but I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. So we're going to go for a drive. I'm going to go get something to drink. I'm thirsty. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. More videos to come. Stay tuned.